with diverse flora and fauna, magnificent natural landscapes, and an ecological biosphere that supports life, this wondrous planet is our earthly home. From our animal co-inhabitants to the lush rainforests and life-giving soil, we cherish all these as gifts from the Creator. It is a common theme in the world's major faiths that during our temporary stay here, we should be good stewards of Mother Earth. Throughout the years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has shared the message of leading a balanced life while following a spiritual path. Not only must we nourish our spirits, but we share the responsibility to care for nature and our fellow beings. In light of recent scientific evidence, which pinpoint the raising of livestock as the #1 contributor to climate change, Supreme Master Ching Hai affirms the important message she has noted for over the past 2 decades. We must be vegan and practice sustainable living. We invite you to listen to a compilation of excerpts from Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures entitled The Best Way to Restore the Biodiversity of Our Planet.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit www.godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Stop the livestock industry. That would be the most effective way to halt global warming and restore our planet. It would save our precious forests, which take decades to grow, and create more natural forests that we need to reduce global warming. Without our lungs, we cannot survive. So Prince Charles has lately been highly active about climate change, and particularly about protecting the tropical rainforest. He said to the European Parliament, "The lives of billions of people depend on your response, and none of us will be forgiven by our children and grandchildren if we falter and fail." I am sorry to say, but I cannot even guarantee that our grandchildren will have a chance to be born to say that. If the leader don't agree together to stop the meat industry, talk direct to the subject, not talk around it. It's really that urgent. I pray the world leaders will awaken to this reality immediately and act properly now. Chào anh.
Tôi rất là cảm kích về những đức tính cao thượng mà Ngài đang gửi gắm tới cho tất cả mọi người, không chỉ trong hội trường ngày hôm nay. Đến với cái buổi ra mắt 2 cuốn sách của Ngài ngày hôm nay, thì tôi có một câu hỏi nho nhỏ muốn nghe một số đôi lời chia sẻ của Ngài. Đó là tôi được biết là về cái học thuyết của Darwin về sự tiến hóa của muôn loài. Đó là sự đấu tranh sinh tồn và có sự chọn lọc của tự nhiên. Thì đó con người chính là cái sự minh chứng rõ nhất. Xin Ngài chia sẻ một chút về cái học thuyết này của Darwin. Xin cảm ơn.
Yes, Mr. Doan. Scientifically speaking, it has always been good. The way nature unfolds naturally. Yes, naturally. Darwin theory is about a natural evolution, not a forced, artificial, cruel, disturbing, interfering by humans the way we're doing. So Darwin's suggestion is that we leave nature alone as much as possible, interfere as less as possible. See, the natural evolution is that we let it evolve. But here we come interfering with everything. Yes, we raise the animal. We force them in cramped little crate that they could not even move around. So we breed disease. And we cause suffering to ourselves by eating these disease-filled flesh of animals. Cause suffering to them, cause suffering to us. In the natural world, there is no force-fed foie gras. There is no force-fed cows. No cramped pigs. No forced pregnancy for pigs and cows and dogs and birds, any kind. We just let it evolve the way natural intent. So, eating animals will not help them to evolve at all. Even if we say we want animal to evolve, then we have to let them live first in order to evolve. If we eat them all, how do they have chance to evolve? And we can see for ourselves already that killing, torturing animals, eating animals, has not been helpful to our evolution, ecologically, economically, scientifically, medically, nothing. And it only brings us trouble and suffering up to now, like the mad cow disease, the swine flu, the bird flu, so many diseases, etc., that now we can't even deal with. Even AIDS, HIV, also came from eating the wild animals. So if we live the way nature intended, like you have mentioned, that Darwin theory that we have to let everything evolve, then we just let nature evolve. Here we force nature into our will. We want to change nature. That's why we have so many unnatural outcomes, disease, disaster, earthquake, typhoon, more and more every day. And now our planet is going because of our interfering with nature, because we don't live according to nature. So if we want to live according to nature and let things evolve accordingly, then we should respect our nature. Right now, we interfere too much with nature, and we even breed animals unnaturally, like at least 55 billion livestock per year, and billions more fish, etc. These are not natural made. We even breed fish in a confined area. And these numbers have since increased and are continuously increasing. Can this be called ecological or natural at all? How can any species evolve when we keep forcing them, torturing them, and killing them? Moreover, we went against our own human evolution as well, as we were biologically made to digest only plant-based food. Humans are naturally herbivores, not carnivores. It is explained in detail by Dr. Milton Mills in a well-known article called The Comparative Anatomy of Eating, and confirmed by others such as the famous evolution expert Dr. Richard Leakey and the editor-in-chief of the American Journal of Cardiology, Dr. William Roberts. So, the answer where humans belong in species evolution is clear. We are not their predator. We are their protector and friend. We have to protect all species so that we can keep our biodiversity and keep a natural evolution for all beings, including humans.
Dạ, xin chào sư phụ. Con đã coi qua cái đĩa của sư phụ, con thấy cái vùng hồ của Amura rất là xinh đẹp và bình yên. Mà như con được biết hiện nay là những cái vùng đất bình yên dành cho các bạn thú hoang như ở vùng hồ Amora không còn nhiều. Vậy thì theo Ngài, chúng ta phải làm cái gì để bảo đảm cho các bạn thú hoang ở vùng hồ Amora có cuộc sống bình yên và an lành? Dạ, con xin cảm ơn.
Director Nguyễn Thị Nhiệm, thank you for your caring and thoughtful question. One of the words that you mentioned is actually a key to providing a good life for our animal co-inhabitants. That is the word peace. Where there is peace for the animals, they also can have a good life. The best is that we can protect their abodes, leaving them as untouched and unharmed as possible. The wilds really don't need much help from us if we can just allow them their freedom and their sovereignty. If the animals know the atmosphere is safe and they will not be harmed, and this they do know very well, then they are far more comfortable and at ease. So one thing we can do is to encourage governments and individuals' protection of their habitat, to ensure that it is not continually lost to other purposes such as deforestation and hunting and fishing. Just to give an example, the rainforests of Southeast Asia have some of the highest deforestation rates in the world. This means the animals are constantly losing their homes, with many that have become endangered or even extinct. Along these same lines, the other step that we can take to enhance the animal's sense of peace is to not eat them. It's one thing to try to imagine how they must feel having their homes invaded, with trees crashing down around them or on top of them, and all their food and cover gone. But then, having to fear being eaten as well, there can be nothing more terrifying. So, Madam Nguyen, to ensure the peace and comfort of all our animal co-inhabitants, like that in the Lake Amora, we really should first cease to consume them, any animal at all. This will broadcast a message of peace that will go around the entire planet and will help immensely with their sense of well-being. Then the wild areas and habitats will be restored, as will be the animals' natural lives. That's the best way to protect them, to show our love to them. We have to hurry and make heaven so that everything will go well, not just physically, emotionally, health-wise, but even technologically. We will develop unimaginable invention, technology, and then we can understand each other like the beings in heaven without even spoken language, if we don't want to speak.
Some of the benefits of a vegetarian diet: lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol levels, reduces type 2 diabetes, prevents stroke conditions, reverses atherosclerosis, reduces heart disease risk 50%, reduces heart surgery risk 80%, prevents many forms of cancer, stronger immune system, increases life expectancy up to 15 years, higher IQ, saves 70% of the total cost of $40 trillion for reducing global warming, uses 4.5 times less land to grow food, conserves up to 70% clean water, saves 80% of the cleared Amazonian rainforest from animal grazing. A solution for world hunger. Free up 3.4 billion hectares of land, free up 760 million tons of grain every year, half the world's grain supply, consumes 1/3 fossil fuels of those used for meat production, reduces pollution from untreated animal waste, maintains cleaner air, saves 4.5 tons of emissions per U.S. household per year. Stop 80% of global warming. Plus more.
It is a joy to have your eco-conscious presence for today's episode of Between Master and Disciples. Part 3 of the best way to restore the biodiversity of our planet will continue next Friday. Up next is Animal World, our co-inhabitants, right after noteworthy news, here on Supreme Master Television. Please stay tuned. May your days be filled with brilliant lights and the music of heaven.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/BMD